For today's video, I was requested to do a doll eye makeup look specifically for rounded eyes. Obviously, you can do this look regardless of the eye shade that you have, but I included some tips and explanations for rounded eyes in particular. With this look on, I feel like I don't even look like I have rounded eyes, but you're gonna see in a second once this will come off. Also, for this look I exclusively use drugstore products, affordable products, and that's all the intro that I have. Enjoy! I'm gonna start the look with some base on my lids. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Kind of matches my top, doesn't it? The little joys in life. I'm gonna take my finger and blend this in. I want to sketch the shape first with a pencil. I'm going to use a brown one. And for rounded eyes, you have two options. Or, I mean, you have a lot of options, but when it comes to this kind of a makeup, if you want to, you can make your eyes look rounder, or you can make them look more extended. You do that by placing the colors different in your crease, and the eyeliner also plays a huge role in that. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to make the eyes look a little bit more extended. So I'll be taking the pencil and I'll be following my crease up to here. Here I'm going to go over my crease and pretend that it's a little bit more extended and not as rounded as it is. So here I'm going in my crease. And here, see, my crease is going downwards like that. It's creating half a circle. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go over it and pretend it's more elongated, creating a fake crease. And I'm quickly going to take my pencil brush and smudge this, because I don't want the look to be as graphic as it is right now. I just want the pencil to be a base for my blend. You can go in directly with eyeshadow and skip the pencil part. So if you have a dark brown eyeshadow kind of resembles this intensity, then it's fine. I'll grab a neutral palette. Today I'm going to use the Revolution Reloaded in Iconic Fever. It has a lot of warm tones. I'm gonna grab a slightly fluffier brush. This is a Morphe M506, very useful brush. And I'm gonna pick up this shade in the corner, which is a medium brown, kind of like a transition shade. And I'm gonna go above the pencil to blend my crease. So going back and forth to place down the shade. I might need a darker brown though, because I can't possibly blend this pencil with just this shade. Like I said, I'm going to pick up a darker shade. I think I'm gonna go for this one in the palette. And I'm gonna go slightly above the pencil, kind of in between the pencil and the transition shade, to create a softer transition between the two shades. I swear I intended this look to be a lot softer than it is. I always apply such dark shades, but whatever. And I'll use the previous brush and blend a little bit more. For my lid I will go for this, is this on? Yeah. This shimmer. It has a pinkish tone, which to me is suitable for the doll eyes makeup. And this will kind of open up the eyes a lot more. You can see on this eye, I applied it already. It kind of makes the eye look a little bit bigger by highlighting the lid. I'm gonna pat this, starting from the center, kind of dragging it along my lid. And by the way, a thing that I didn't mention, especially if you have hooded eyes or if you don't have a very visible crease, what's cool about this kind of a look is that you can play with the placement. So if you don't have a visible crease, you can just apply this crease part wherever you want. And if you apply it a little bit higher, if you have enough space between your lash line and your brow, it will make your lids look a lot bigger. And also, if you feel like you messed up the crease placement, you can use a bit of concealer to clean up this area before applying the shimmer. Kind of the same as you would do with a cut crease, which this is a cut crease, but it's not a very defined one. That's why I didn't use concealer. I wanted it to be a little bit more diffused, like not as graphic as cut creases can usually be. Sun is finally out. When I start filming, it's usually dark still. I feel kind of early in the morning before work, but whatever. I'm going to do my eyeliner. And again, for eyeliner, there are two options that you can do. Again, obviously there are more, but I'm going to talk about two options. One of them is you can line your lash line, again to accentuate the roundness in your eyes. But what I'm going to do today, since I want to extend my eye, I will line only kind of the outer corner of my eye and not bring the liner all the way to my inner corner, because I don't want to emphasize the roundness. I want to extend the eye instead. I think I want to connect the liner with this Catrice thing that I have going on, so I will start from my outer corner and do a line that's going to be connected with this thing. I'm doing the whole process with the eyes open, by the way, so I'm going to connect that with the outer corner of my eye. If you keep your eyes open, you can go over the eye folds and make a liner that's as straight as possible, that's going to really lift your outer corner. And I'm just going to straighten it a little bit. When I look ahead, I kind of will stop where my iris begins, so I'm not going any further than that. And I think that's my liner. Hopefully I won't make any adjustments to it and leave it like this. And see how it kind of stops halfway, it really lifts and extends my eye. Lately I haven't really worn foundation, but I bought a new one and I want to show it on camera because it's really nice. I've only tried it a couple of times yet, so I don't know, I don't have a clear opinion yet. But so far I really like it. It's the L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum 1% Pure Hyaluronic Acid. The only problem that I have with this one is the shade range. I think because it's so lightweight, kind of like it's supposed to be a tinted serum. The first shade was something like 02, very light, and the second one is 23 light. The first one, I tested it on the hand and it was really light. I don't think it would have suited me. And this one, the 2-3 light shade, it's a little too dark. When I blend it out, if I bring it down my neck a little bit, it works, but it's not ideal. I'm gonna use this dropper thing. Okay. I'm gonna use my finger and do some initial blending just to spread it evenly on my face. And like I said, I'm going to bring it down my neck a little bit. Like, see, it's not... I mean, it's not too dark, but it's not ideal either. Eventually it kind of fell on my clothes, but it's alright. I'm gonna use a sponge and pat it in. My sponge is from Shein. It's really good. I bought a set of like 8 sponges and they were really cheap, like €3 or something like that. I don't want my face makeup to be too heavy. I'm going to use this YSL Touche Eclat. I'm gonna apply it right here. I'm also going to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to do some sort of highlighting just to lighten up this foundation situation a little bit. And since I don't want this product to be fully absorbed by my sponge, since it's so lightweight, I'm going to use a brush, which is not something that I usually do for concealer. I'm doing patting motions. I'm just going to set my under eye area. I'm going to take a little bit of this Too Faced powder. I like this kind of a brush because I can get in all the areas of my under eye. I can go into this portion here. If you have deep set eyes, you know the struggle of reaching this area. I finished this eye off camera and where's my palette? What I did is I applied the transition shade. This one, I'm going to take it again. I don't want my lower lash line to be too dark. Like I said, the purpose of this look was to be a little bit softer, so I'm going to redeem myself on the lower lash line by making it soft. And then to open up my eyes even more, I will use a light colored pencil on my waterline. This one is from Sephora Collection. It's their 12-hour contour in the shade Coconut. This is an older version. They rebranded it somehow. They changed the packaging. I'm not sure if they changed the formula as well, but the shade Coconut is still available in the new range. To highlight my inner corner, I will use this shade in the palette, this goldish shimmer. I'm using the same brush that I used to apply the shimmer on my lid. It's okay. And then I'll finish off the eyes with mascara, but as usual I'm curling my lashes. Even especially for this look, I feel like having lashes that point upwards, like curled and lifted, it contributes to that dull eye look. I'm using the Revolution Lash Power Mascara. By the way, recently I did a video comparing different drugstore mascara. I feel like that is pretty interesting, even though it's filmed in awful lighting. I'm going to link it somewhere on the screen just in case you're curious to see. I compared 5 different drugstore mascaras. Today I feel like contouring. Usually I just bronze, but I want to, I don't know, sculpt my cheeks I guess a little bit. I'm going to use the NYX Sweet Cheeks in the shade So Taupe. Amazing contouring color. It's very cool toned. I carefully place it underneath my cheekbone and kind of bring it down a little bit to create that hollow effect here. I'm gonna use the leftover on my jawline, kind of bring it down my neck. And I'm gonna use a little bit of that underneath my nose to hopefully lift it up visually. And then something that I like to do when I have a neutral eyeshadow, I take some contour powder and extend the eyeshadow towards my temples. Again, it lifts this area, it lifts the outer corner of the eye as well. For blush, I also bought a new one, I applied it here. It's the Essence The Blush. It's in the shade 10. It's a lovely shade, I really like it. It's kind of on the pinkish side, but it's not crazy pink, so I really enjoy it. I'm just gonna stamp it above the contour powder, keeping it on the sides of my face. I kind of enjoy this placement because it really, again, lifts the cheekbone. I don't think I have applied highlighter in like 2 weeks now. I'm using my e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. I'm gonna use it on my cheekbone here and kind of throw a little bit of the leftover in the center of my face. I'm gonna move on to the lips. I'm going to keep it pretty basic. I'm gonna use the NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Truffle. And I realized that this whole tutorial is drugstore, so it's even better. I'm slightly overlining the center of my lips. And I'm also going to fill in the sides and actually fill in my entire lip because I'm only going to apply some kind of a balm on top that has no color. So I'm going to use this multi-purpose shimmer balm, mainly in the center of my lip. So that concludes today's look. I really hope you like how it came out. I'm so proud of myself that I was able to do it all drugstore and never even intended it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope it was useful. I wish you a very beautiful day and I will see you next time. Bye!